Good morning, Scituate. It is September 27th, 2021. I'm Karen Canfield from the Select Board of the Town of Scituate, and I'm here with our town administrator and our school superintendent to give you today's update. I wanted to just let you know that there are a couple of town meetings coming up this week. Tonight, CPC will be meeting to review two really interesting proposals. One is to fund a baseball field, and the other is to provide open space purchase money for the Border Street East Field. That meeting is being held virtually, and you can find the link on the town website. Also this week will be the very first meeting of the Scituate Harbor Advisory Redevelopment Commission, known as SHARC, which was formed to take the information that was gathered by survey and all the hard work from different various groups to figure out what to do with the former Pier 44 site. That meeting will be held Thursday. The agenda will be posted online later today with also its virtual Zoom link. So if you're interested in that, that kicks off on Thursday. A big shout out to Scituate Community Christmas, held their, I think it's the second annual, but in any case, their annual cornhole tournament. I was very proud to represent the town with my colleague, Andrew Goodrich, as the town haulers, and we wore costumes provided by our DPW department. We were bested by the fire department, so kudos to them, but it was a great event to raise funds for that important charity. Last note from me is that the Capital Planning Committee and both them and the Beach Commission have openings available for their work. So if you're interested, reach out to Lorraine Devon in the Select Board office, and she will point you in the right direction if you wish to participate in those volunteer activities. So with that, I'd like to turn it over to Mr. Bedreau for the town update.
Morning, happy Monday to everybody. Nice day out there. Looks like we're gonna have a nice week. We'll start with our water updates. We have finished water main construction and services on Old Oaken Bucket. The contractor has moved down to Brook Street. We do ask you to be careful on Old Oaken Bucket. It is open to through traffic. However, the construction trench still needs to be patched completely, as well as some of the trenches going across the street. So please be careful on Old Oaken Bucket until we get those repaired and we get the final paving done. We are waiting for word on the contractor when they will come in and do that final paving. Again, we are working now on Brook Street, Brook to Tilden. It is closed to through traffic, it is open to local traffic, and that project will be ongoing. Demand for the last week was 1.281 million gallons per day, which is up just a tick from the previous week. So we're kind of settling into our fall numbers. The manganese levels continue to drop in the treatment plant, but they are still high enough to cause discolored water. So if you get that, we do ask you to please let us know. The reservoir is at -4. We are releasing water from the reservoir to provide us with storage for fall storms. Pack Factory is at +8 inches, and we got 1.62 inches of rain over the last week at the water treatment plant. The pilot study will start up again this week. It had taken some time off while we brought on some new equipment, but the pilot study for the new water treatment plant will continue this week. Once they are done that, again, they will break down and go away, and then come back in the winter and pilot the water when it's cold, and that will determine what type of treatment will we use when we get to constructing a new treatment plant. Our COVID numbers for the past week were 14, down from 17 the previous week. The positivity rating was down to 1.69, down from 2.41. The county number was down. The state number was down to 2.09 from 2.26 last week. So those numbers are all going in the right direction. Let's keep it up and hope those numbers continue to drop. The CDC has issued new guidance for a Pfizer booster shot. They have not issued guidance for or approved a Moderna booster shot yet. People 65 and over, people in nursing homes, people from 50 to 64 with underlying health conditions, and people in jobs that put them at high risk of contacting COVID are now all eligible for a Pfizer booster. Moderna is expected to get a approval for their booster very shortly. However, it's not been approved yet. And the CDC does not suggest mixing vaccines. So if you've got Moderna, they do not suggest you rush out to get a Pfizer booster. Wait about a week or so, and we're hoping that we'll have information on Moderna and people will be able to get boosters for their Moderna shots. We'll keep saying it. If you have not been vaccinated, please see your physician, see if the vaccine is right for you and get vaccinated if it is. People who are being hospitalized, people who are getting seriously ill, and people who are passing away from COVID right now, overwhelmingly are people who have not been vaccinated. So the vaccine does not mean you won't get COVID, but it does mean that for the most part, if you get it, your symptoms will be mild and you will not suffer hospitalization or more serious complications. First Parish, we are still waiting right now for Verizon to finish their work on the manhole. Once that is done, we will get on the queue for paving. We will have it done by the winter time, but it may take a little bit of time as towns struggle to get finished their paving before the winter and the plants close. So we'll get on that as quickly as we can. In the meantime, there are some raised structures out there, go slow. And I'll just remind people, once we get it paved, we will have the police out there running radar. So you'll need to be going pretty slow and careful in that area once we get it paved. The Stevenson Rink renovations are ongoing. The base coat's been put down, the boards are up, the dashes are up. This week, we've been told that the subcontractor will be coming to paint the surface, get the surface finished. So we should be still on schedule to finish sometime beginning of October and get that up and running. It's really looking pretty good. That is funded by the Community Preservation Committee, and we expect to see that really wrapping up in the next couple of weeks. The green sand filter on well 17A, the electric company has come out and finally installed the electric meters, so that is all finished. We are now in the testing phase and training phase to train the employees on how to run that. That is still on schedule to be returned to service this fall, and that'll be 225 to 250,000 gallons of good clean water with no iron, manganese, or discoloration returned to our water system later on this fall. Widows Walk Clubhouse is progressing very well. I was down there this week. The drywall is up in the entire building. The exterior is what you will see it will be as they finish working on getting it clad and set up. The rough plumbing and electrical has been done. The contractor has been working on getting tiling done in the bathrooms. So that is moving right along. It looks very good. At the same time, the well 18B project is progressing. We will be pumping the backwash from cleaning the filters of 18B over to the golf course. The settlement tank and the piping have been installed, and the new residuals disposal system started being tested late last week. We'll continue testing that, and then we'll have the DEP come in to run all the tests to put well 18B back into service. And that backwash will provide about 10,000 gallons of water a day for the golf course to water in the spring. So that's a win-win, we think, for everybody. Humrock Fire Station, living quarters is all closed in. The apparatus bay has been, the walls are up, the roof is on. They'll be installing the doors and windows this week. The rough plumbing and rough electrical is also done in the living quarters. So that is moving along. We expect the roof to go on, the roofing tile shingles to go on the apparatus bay this week, as well as insulation starting in the living quarter. So we are still on schedule to get that done in time for the cold weather, but we're gonna have to put a little bit of giddy up in that to get that truck down there and out of the tent. This is the last time I'll remind you about the new lunch at the Council on Aging, Monday through Thursday. It is at noontime. It costs $5. It has been very well received. The gang from the coffee corner are going up to lunch tomorrow because they saw the menu and it's meatball subs with provolone. So they're very excited for that. I know I'll get a blow-by-blow review on Wednesday morning. It'll be better than Yelp, I can tell you that. But we're very excited for that. It's really great to see the seniors up there enjoying each other's company, enjoying a really well-prepared, delicious hot meal. So if you haven't been up there, please get up there. We ask that you make reservations 2 days in advance by calling the Council on Aging. Just for the record, today is oven-baked fried chicken. So good luck to them, and I'll have to go up tomorrow and check on my my friends from the coffee corner. If we go down to Cedar Point, you'll see we got the base coat down at Cedar Point to the whole area. I believe the contractor has also put the finish coat down in a couple of select areas. We are still going to do some drainage there. The big ending of that now will be the island at the entrance to Cedar Point. We have ordered some curbing for that. That is coming in. That island took a beating during the construction, so we will be replacing that, fixing that island up. Once that is done, then the contractor come in and put in the top coat. Again, that will be done by the cold weather. We're really happy with the way the project came out. The contractor has been fantastic. I think the residents are very happy, and when it's all done, it's really going to be an asset to the town. It's going to look fantastic. So hopefully we'll get that wrapped up very shortly. Finally, I know it wasn't a great weekend. The Patriots lost, Red Sox lost, but the U.S. did win the Ryder Cup. Scituate High defeated Malden Catholic in football. My son Liam's team also beat Plymouth South, so it wasn't a total wash this weekend. We did have some good sports stories, and hopefully we're going to have a good week weather-wise, and we're going to continue to work and get things done. So that's what I have today.
Great. Thank you so much, Jim. As you can hear, there is an awful lot going on in town, and kudos to Jim and the entire team at Town Hall for keeping all that stuff on track. I did want to mention that we were informed on Tuesday night that the town once again received an award for financial excellence, which means that our financial ship is also behind the scenes, right on track. So thank you to Jim and to Nancy Holt and to the whole team on the financial side. With that, I'd like to turn it over to our school superintendent, Mr. Burkett.
Thank you, Ms. Canfield, and good morning, everybody. I just want to concur. I was at the select board meeting when Jim and his team received the Financial Excellence Award. I do want to extend my kudos to them. Now they work very diligently and working with the schools. I know their attention to detail and vision and focus. So we're in very good hands. So congratulations, everyone. Well deserved on that. Moving into the school side, just on, as Mr. Boudreau said, the numbers are trending positively for us. So good job, everyone. In the schools, we had 2 cases reported this week, which matches the week before. So very low numbers, relatively speaking, and certainly compared to our past. So the school year has been off to a good start. So I want to commend all our students, faculty, and staff for following our protocols and keeping everyone safe. So good job on that. Next, I want to talk a little bit about the Mass School Building Authority updates. As folks may or may not know, we are in phase 1 of what's called the eligibility period for the potential of a new elementary school, or a combination of those, or fixing up of the Hatherley School. So that's the process we're under now. And we're going through that process with the town on a potential article on the special town meeting. Part 2 of that is we are also been asked by MSBA to participate in a new program. We are one of the first in the state to be asked to do this. And this is to understand if recently completed buildings in the MSBA program, and gates in our case, are operating and performing as designed. This will help schools in the future. It will also help current schools to get the support of the MSBA and another fresh pair of eyes to look at them and assess and learn from how we're using the new building. So they wish to perform what they're calling a post-occupancy evaluation, or POE, at the Gates Middle School, which was recently part of the MSBA program. This will be done in the coming months, so it will be pretty aggressive. And the observation from the MSBA's program will be shared with the district staff, and we'll be happy to share that to our community and what we learned from that, and to assist us in validating current building operations and/or suggestions for optimizing performance of the building system. So great new program, a lot more work for us to work with the MSBA and getting them documents from the past and how the building and vision was set. The good news is we'll learn from this, and this will also help a new process in the new MSBA under the current plan for Hatherley, knowing that in the future there is a follow-up to how the schools are using and implementing the buildings as designed. So good program there. Wanted to share that good news with everybody, and we'll be reporting out in months to come on that. Also want to give a shout out to our school community, staff, principals, and students and families on the success of our expectation nights. They're no longer open houses. We've moved to a more of a platform where we're sharing our expectations, our vision, and getting more into detail about what we're offering for our students. And it's been well received. There's a few more to finish up, but we want to make sure that we encourage our families to attend. It's been really good. The attendance has been outstanding. And it's really nice to see people in person and build those connections as one of our goals to create our home away from home this year. So thank you for everyone for all the hard work. Those have been going wonderfully. And again, I believe Gates is this week, so we look forward to a great turnout there. Our next school committee meeting is next Monday, September 27th at 6 p.m. Those are still virtual, so that information is available on our website and does go out through the district. I also wanted to give an opportunity, a place, a location where folks can find all the information regarding our schools. We've really been working hard on our website to make it a one-stop convenient shop for all information, including COVID resources, our diversity, equity, inclusion work, our curriculum work, individual school information, all our correspondence, and work with partner organizations, and our weekly Thursday Thoughts newsletter that goes out to our school community, which really highlights all the things going on a weekly basis. Those documents, Thursday Thoughts, are also archived, as are these conversations every Monday. So we've expanded our communication platform and hope that community members can go there. The website address is situate.k12.ma.us. I'll repeat it one more time, situate.k12.ma.us. If you punch that into your browser, you'll go right to our website and hopefully find that our new and revised website is more user-friendly, and we appreciate your feedback either way. So thank you. And finally, just some highlights in our sailor shout out this week is to the Hathaway Elementary School. I was able to visit there last week on Friday, and under the direction of Principal Ward, the entire school participated in a project that used the foundation of our Constitution. We celebrated Constitution Day last month, and a follow-up to that was that the Hathaway School was able to take the lessons from our Constitution, our philosophy of a home away from home, our Scituate Public School Pledge, and our focus on student voice, and wrap it all together in a wonderful opportunity. School psychologist Colleen Frank was able to work with adjustment counselor Laura Dempsey, who facilitated student representatives from each grade, came down to the library, were chosen by their classmates. Each class developed a list of rules they wanted for their school, and those representatives shared those. And I was, again, honored to be there to see those rules. They were wonderful. They worked well together. And from here, those representatives will be able to collate all those rules into school-wide rules, and a true example of rules written for the people, by the people, in this case, the students. So a really good example of our students at the elementary level taking control of how they want their schools to run, and a good example of how our Constitution is well reflected in student voice and people voice. So nice way to end it there. We look forward to another exciting week this week, and sharing out more information next Monday morning. Have a great week, everybody.
Great. Thank you so much to our town administrator and our school superintendent. I hope you all enjoy this beautiful, beautiful day. Obviously, lots going on, and we know you're busy. So we look forward to meeting again with you on Monday next week to update you on this week. Take care.